Hi, welcome to PG6's channel. This is going to be a video to address a specific gun. It's not going to be a review, but it's like, why the hell would you own that? I'm probably going to make several of these videos over the years to come. It's kind of a new series. But why in the hell do you own a Walther PPK? And specifically, I think it's interesting on this gun for a number of reasons. Probably, first off, the Walther PPK sucks to shoot. It is one of the worst shooting handguns ever made. And I don't say that because it's inaccurate. I don't say that because it's not reliable. I say that because of this. You see what it's doing to the back of my hand there? And I know I have some fucking chubby hands or whatever. Go fuck yourself if you really feel the need to make those comments. But it's not just me saying this. There's guys with tiny hands, little fucking girl hands, that fucking bites the shit out of too. And it's not a way of holding it incorrectly. The only way to avoid it would be to hold it like this, and that is not correct. You should have it all the way up, and when you have it all the way up like that, it is always going to bite the shit out of you. Okay. Number two, it's in 380. 380 sucks. 380 is expensive. 380 doesn't hit hard. 380 is the devil. 380 is raping your mother and sisters and daughters, and it's fucking roaming and raping and pillaging the countryside as Frankenstein or some shit like that. Whatever it is you think about 380, it's true. Pardon me. It's a bad thing. It's an evil round. Okay, so 380 is bad. And the PPK, on top of being a 380, and on top of being horrible to shoot, is also steel framed. So it's heavy, it's old school, nobody likes it, blah blah blah. So why own a PPK? Well, it's accurate, it's reliable, and it's in a lot of cool movies. That's basically why I own a few guns. Either they're cool or they're from some movie or some video game or something. There are practical guns, and then there are guns like this that are for fun, okay? There's no practical reason to own a PPK because of all of the things listed. As a result, I don't shoot this gun much. It kind of just sits around, collects dust. One of the other reasons I have this particular gun is because I inherited it. My grandfather bought this gun back in the 80s. It's just a slick, old school gun. It's got family ties to it. It's in a lot of cool movies. I mean, James Bond carries this. And the reason I like this particular gun, the stainless PPKS, is because of The Departed. Leonardo DiCaprio's character in that movie carries a stainless PPKS, and there's a scene in the movie where he's getting ready to go undercover and whatever, and you see him, you see him rack it, and then do that with safety, and put it in a holster. And for some reason, that scene just made me go, oh, I need a stainless PPKS. There's a lot of, weird things in movies where it just does that to me. I don't know why. Not just guns, other random crap in movies too. So that's why I own a PPK. That's why I own a classic GI 1911. That's why I have a bunch of strange ass World War II guns that are pretty much useless. That's why I kind of like the Mosin Nagant. But that's why I own a PPK. I'll probably do other videos on other guns of this nature that I own for reasons other than shooting. sheer collector standpoint of it, I think they're cool or whatever. This one is definitely a Hollywood gun. The only other one I probably own for that reason is a Beretta, as far as handguns go. And even the Beretta, actually, I think is quite a good handgun, on top of being a really famous movie gun. So, that's why I own a Walther PPK, in case anyone was curious. That's PPKS, actually. Which, in case you didn't know this, PP, PPK, PPKS, what does all that bullshit mean? Should probably break this out into its own video, but we'll cover it here. The PPK started out with a grip about like yay, but this size of slide and everything. It had wraparound grips as opposed to these side scales. The PP was a gun, the bottom half of which was like this. It had a barrel about out to there. These were developed, pre-World War II. They were in 32 ACP and eventually 380. I think that was post-war, though, that they started doing that. So, around 1968, when the Gun Control Act came down, the regular PPK could not be imported. The PP could be imported under the new laws, because there's laws in the Gun Control Act that specifically target tiny, small caliber guns because they were being made in places like Italy and Germany super cheap and flooded onto the US market as Saturday night specials, which this leads into Gun Websites territory. If you haven't checked him out, there's a whole bunch of guns that the US market made basically to replace those because, well, they aren't illegal to make here. That's where we get Jennings and Raven and Jimenez and all the rest of that bullcrap, Bryco. Anywho, Walther, as a response to this, made one of their more famous guns that they've made since World War II in the PPKS. They put a PP frame on a PPK slide, so you still have the PPK-ness of it, but yet it still has the extra length and capacity to get into the country under the new laws. And on top of that, you actually get more rounds. So, between more rounds and more of a full hand grip, plus the shorter barrel, the PPKS, I think, is pretty much the best of the bunch. I always liked the PP better than the original PPK, just because of size. I'm more of a this size gun person than I am a that sized gun person. The Glock is handy, and it fully illustrates that example. That's where this gun came from. Bonus video for anyone who's watching this. Be sure to thumbs up, like, subscribe, and do all the rest of that crap if you feel it necessary, and I'll see you guys in the next one.